I'm starting to feel a kinship with the people who would stand on the side of a road and with a sign that says the end is nigh. I think they were right. um, I'm kind of joking, but not entirely. Um, I think the end might be nigh. It could be nigh. And I think there is an opportunity for us to prevent that from happening. But I am just day by day losing faith that we're ever going to get there, that we'll ever make the sacrifices necessary, work together, respect each other enough to really rely on each other because we need to. That's the only way we're getting out of this alive. We need to care about each other or our species is screwed. This planet is screwed. I see a few scenarios being possible. Um, I see it very likely that we do not do enough fast enough on a large enough scale to combat climate change. And I mean, right now, there are wildfires raging in Spain and, excuse me, and I mean, there are wildfires aplenty. There, yeah, it's happening. We're in the middle of it. This is it. This is what climate change looks like, y'all. It looks like weather patterns that become more and more unpredictable. It looks like more extremes. This is how it starts. This is welcome to climate change, the impact of climate change. We're in it. So we're too late to prevent it from happening, but we're not too late to stop it from getting as bad as it could. If it gets as bad as it could, which is possible, and I hate how likely it seems, we will limit the habitable zones of the world to a very small, at least comparatively, a small chunk of the land we have. We're gonna take so many species with us, and the most vulnerable people in the world are the ones who are going to pay the greatest cost, because the people who have been stashing away their billions of dollars and millions and millions and millions of dollars, they're going to be fine. They're going to make sure of it. You know they will. you know they will. But fuck everybody else. We don't matter. And God, I'm so sick of that. Why can't we matter? Oh, okay. Focusing. So that's scenario one. We destroy the planet. Scenario two, via climate change, because there are other ways we could destroy the planet. Scenario two is we are heading towards World War III with a nuclear unhinged United States of America and a nuclear unhinged Russia. Oh no. That combination just does not sound good to me. And it's terrifying. It's terrifying. So that's a possibility. That I feel like is the most likely scenario. That's why I can't sleep anymore. What I would like, though, the third option, the ideal, is for us to care about each other. I've been watching a lot of historical drama, and I just watched Dunkirk. And I think it's because I keep trying to understand. Maybe this is what I needed to process. I keep trying to understand why we do this to each other. Why we look at another human being who cares about their life just as much as we do, who cares about the people in their lives just as much as we do, who have the same experience, the same joy, and the same pain that we do. Why can't we recognize that? What is it about a skin color or accent or anything? There is nothing that makes us so dissimilar that we should hate each other or fear each other. If we, oh my God, and we could, like, we actually could work together on a planetary level. Like, get rid of borders, fuck them, they're imaginary lines. Excuse me. Get rid of global or like, sorry, I'm all emotional now, so finding words is fun. I'm all verklempt. Here, I'll give you a topic. Rhode Island is neither road nor an island. Discuss. I love you, Mike Myers. And I love that one because I went to URI, so it makes me think of wonderful days. I get sidetracked so easily. Yeah, ideal worlds, we simply start caring about each other and recognizing the humanity in each other. And I don't understand what makes that so hard for us at this point in our societal, social evolution. Like, we are global now. There's no denying it. We are interconnected. There's no denying it. And we can communicate with each other clearly if we choose to, but we don't. And it just sparks all kinds of issues, man. Yeah, I don't know what it's gonna take for us to see each other as human, but that's the only way we're gonna save ourselves. Humans won't exist if we don't start recognizing each other's humanity. That's as simple as it is. We need each other, and we need to stop pretending that we don't. We need to stop feeling like we have to do everything on our own. That's bullshit. Nobody does anything on their own. Nobody. And it's not a sign of weakness that you need other people in your life. We all do. The strongest people I know utilize the other people in their life. They take advantage of the fact that they're friends with someone they can talk about certain topics with or go do fun things with and ask help of when needed. Our next door neighbors had a baby a few months ago, and I kept telling them, because I like, not to be annoying, I try to find the line between helpful and just really annoying. But I kept like making sure they knew that I was available for babysitting because I really, really love kids. Like, I really love kids. I think it's because of my childhood. I just feel more connected to them. Like, I want to protect them. I want to be a positive part of their life. I want to be a safe part of their life. But for me, it's also, I think, a chance to experience innocence again because I lost mine so quickly. And being that close with something so innocent, you remember that we all start off this blank slate and then we just keep getting chipped away at. But we have the capacity for happiness. We have the capacity for love, for those things to be our guiding drivers in life. not greed, not envy. Man, I like I'm breaking out the top 7. Um I if we could share resources, everybody would have what they need. Everyone. We have enough food on this planet to feed everyone. We have the ability to care for everyone if we work together and stop creating so many additional people to care for by hurting each other. I mean, I watch these war movies and I can't help but think, how is it that everybody's just okay with this being the reality of the human race? That, yeah, every generation or so, there's another war to fight, and we send hundreds, thousands, millions of people, usually men, off to war to die for what? I mean, the only good excuse for going to war is to defend someone. That's the only good excuse. And so many wars are not fought like that. They are fought over oil, they're fought over greed, they're fought over power, money, intimacy. Like, I swear, I think that's what Putin's doing. I think he wants to, like, make sure he leaves this mortal coil being remembered for all of history, and he knows that it'll never be because he's a great guy. So he's leaning full on into the evil, like Hitler. So that's fun. That's fun. And obviously Trump has always wanted to be the biggest name in the world, or he wouldn't put his name on everything like a raging narcissist. But he is a raging narcissist, so this is what we've got. Oh my God. I don't know. I don't know how to make it happen, how to get us to start talking to each other about real things instead of immediately fighting with each other. And I mean, I will admit, I have had my moments where I am just pushed over my edge and the bitch in me comes out, and I am embracing that word. Like, when I need to be a badass bitch, I can be a badass bitch. And the most recent occasion of that was after after the most recent in our long history of school shootings. As someone who taught kindergarten and was a substitute teacher for a while, I don't understand what has to happen in the human brain in order to look at a child and think, yeah, this is something I'm gonna mow them down. I'm gonna go to a classroom and mow trapped children down with my gun. Just another Tuesday afternoon. I don't know. After that, my rage was through the roof. I mean, I feel like I'm screaming at the top of my lungs each time this shit happens. Like, signing petitions and making donations to organizations that fight and calling senators and representatives. But I'm from Massachusetts, so there's only so much that feels necessary because we have some pretty awesome leadership. Thank you. Thank you, Massachusetts. Yeah, but I saw on Facebook this woman that I've known all my life. Babysitting her kids was my very first job. My first babysitting gig ever. But she posted this thing about Oh, I'm going to do a terrible job remembering this. It was religious in nature, and it basically said to forgive the sinner, forgive the sin, something. I don't know. I'm doing a terrible job at this. I don't know. Um, but oh, that set me off. That set me off. I could not stomach one more person using religion as a get out of jail free card for not doing anything to stop this from happening ever again. Hopes and prayers aren't doing it, y'all. It's not enough. We can't keep using our children as shields to protect what? To protect the Second Amendment? This thing was written hundreds of years ago by dudes who owned slaves and wrote into our Constitution that they are what's the fraction? An eighth of a human? A quarter of a human? I'm forgetting. But a fraction of a human being. That's what slaves are. And that was only so that they could be counted for tax purposes. Oh my God, we are based on some pretty sick stuff. And rightfully, we should evolve. And that's why they were smart enough to know that. They created the ability for us to make amendments to our Constitution to change what needed to be changed as the world evolved. And back in their day, the gun of their day was a musket. Like, y'all, to load this thing, fire and aim, and the aim was not like what we've got today, obviously. Like, that all took, I don't know, I'm ballparking because I don't actually know. I'm sure many, many people do, so feel free to comment. But like, what, 20, 30 seconds, minute? I have no idea. But it took time. You couldn't walk into an elementary school and just kill so many kids and their teacher, of course. Oh God, the teachers, I don't know. I don't know how you are handling it every day, the stress that you're under constantly and the fear you must live in. Oh my God. Sending love to you. Sending love to you. If someone were in that room with a musket, they would be able to be taken down really easily. I mean, the reloading process is not easy. It's not quick. There's a commercial or an ad, public service ad thing, that plays this out in an office scenario, and it like Google it. I'll try to find it and put the link in the comments or the description. They couldn't possibly have imagined what guns would be like today and what our society would be like today. And that we cling on to this amendment that really didn't protect our right to bear arms, but protected our right to have a militia, a well-organized militia. Well-organized being the key here. So individual gun owners, y'all are not well-organized. The NRA doesn't count as a militia, but I'm sure you'll become one. I have a feeling that's exactly where your ambitions lie. Fun. Oh my God, I'm petrified of what's coming, and I only see one answer to it, and I don't know how to get us there, how to get enough of us to pause and take a beat, stop yelling at each other, and listen to each other. Just listen and hear why people are so defensive about certain things. Hear why people get so angry about certain topics. And maybe if we can really hear each other by talking, then maybe, just maybe we can start to understand each other and hate each other less. And then maybe, just maybe, we can start caring about each other more. We have to. We have to. I don't see any other way. So how are we going to do it, y'all? Who's got ideas? I hope someone, because I care about all of you, and I want you to all get to live. I want all of us to get to live the full, happy lives we could. Because just imagine, like really, really imagine, close your eyes. I'm going to do it too. And imagine a world where there really aren't any borders between any countries. There are no countries anymore. There is just one unified earth, and we all contribute to it in our own ways. Whatever that way is, we value it from everyone. We treat everyone equally. We make decisions as a group, which I know sounds far-fetched, but it is actually possible given the technology of today. I mean, if we all had this Earth Citizen app on our phones, and anytime a decision needed to be made, it popped up, we made our vote, we pressed our button, and then whatever decision we make as a group, that's how we move forward. Like, if you really think about it, isn't that the ideal? And isn't that possible? Unlikely, yes, I know, but it's possible. And the fact that it's possible means I think we have to aim for it. We have to keep fighting for it. I'm going to open my eyes again. You can't do. We have to keep fighting for it in order to make it happen, because it's not going to if we don't. I want that world. I want a world where we care for each other, where I started talking about our neighbors, and now they understand that I was serious about how much I love kids. And they do give me the nugget to watch from time to time, and I just fucking love it. It's therapeutic for me. Oh my gosh. And they get a break, because we're not meant to be isolated from each other to the point where we don't have people to help us when we need it. Like, I mean, I'm not a parent of a human child. I have fur babies. But I know enough about parenting to know how exhausting, to have an idea of how exhausting it is, and how stressful it can be and overwhelming, and you never feel like you have time for yourself. So like, I'll tell them, like, dude, if you just want to take a shower, if you want to go out to dinner, just the two of you, if you want to like be able to go get groceries without having to worry about her, like, I got it, hand her over. And if we all had more people like that in our lives, that we trusted, that trusted us, that showed up for us when we needed, that we showed up for when they need, we could work together as a global community. And if we did that, think about the technology that we have right now and what is to come. We can deal with climate change if we use all of our brilliant minds together, if we source information and knowledge and ideas globally in pursuit of a shared goal. I mean, we have a common enemy, and it's us. We have to start fighting ourselves. We have to stop fighting against our very nature. We have to let ourselves be who we evolved to be. We evolved to be communal. We evolved to care about each other. We evolved to be in symbiotic balance with nature. That's all supposed to be true. I know we also evolved to be violent, but I really wish we hadn't. We evolved from chimps. They have been well documented as far as their violence goes. Bonobos, on the other hand, are a pygmy chimp. They're a relative of chimps, but they branched off of the family tree before humans evolved from chimps. So we're not descendants of theirs, but we have shared cousins. And they are so peaceful. They're called the make love not war chimp because I believe, I don't know if there's new research or instances that have been witnessed that refute this, but overwhelmingly they're known to be very peaceful and they resolve conflict by having sex with each other. And it doesn't matter who it is unless there's like a close familial bond, I think, between parent and offspring. They don't cross that line, but everybody else, it's free game. So that sounds like a lot more fun to me. So it's not impossible. Somewhere in our DNA, we have the capability to be peaceful, to just exist with the rest of the planet in relative harmony. And we have the technology to take care of all of our needs and find new ways of helping each other. And wouldn't it be so much better if every single one of us had every basic resource we could possibly need and knew that that was always going to be true? We would never have to worry about anything in terms of our basic needs. That world is possible. We just have to love ourselves, love each other, love the planet enough to make it happen. So I love you. I hope there's enough love out there